Hey YouTube, today we're going to look at a really neat revolver. And what we have here in front of us, we have a Korth Mongoose chambered in 44 Magnum. And that's what makes this one extra special, is this is a 44 Magnum Korth. Now, I mentioned before that Korth is spelled Korth. And a lot of people pronounce that Korth, but it's actually a German name and it is pronounced Korth. So before we go any further and take a look at this revolver, I'm going to show you that it is not loaded and we are clear to make this video. So what we have here, this is a Korth Mongoose chambered in 44 Magnum, and these things are imported by Nighthawk Customs. And I'll show you some close-ups here. It says Nighthawk, Berryville, Arkansas, has a serial number, and it says 44 Remington Magnum on the side, has a little Nighthawk emblem, and then on this side it says Korth, and it's got these awesome wood grips, has the Korth name on them, and these grips are awesome. They feel really nice. Now this is a matte black one, and like I said, it's chambered in 44 Magnum. Now, a lot of people don't know about Korth revolvers, but these are some of the finest revolvers ever built. And a little history about Korth was this company was started in 1955 by a gentleman named Willie Korth. And his sole purpose in life was to build a perfect revolver. And he got a license to start building firearms after World War II. After the Germany's weapons ban altogether was lifted, and he started manufacturing firearms. And they worked in a small warehouse. He started the company, and I think they employed about 5 people. So there was 5 master gunsmiths that used Willie Korth's design, and they designed the ultimate revolvers. Well, fast forward into the 1970s, they started producing what they call the Combat series. And they were mostly chambered in 357 Magnum. And they really resembled the Colt Python. They had the full the vented rib on top and the full underlug underneath it. Now, Willie Korth sold the company off, and I believe like the early 1980s. He stayed on as a consultant, and when his health started failing, he passed away in like 1992. And Korth is still going, and they're still using the same basic design, and they're producing stuff like this. Now, when Willie Korth was alive, they never produced a 44 Magnum, but now they do, folks, and this is it. Now, I'm going to show you some of the features of this gun, and this thing is awesome. It has also a 2-piece barrel, so the barrel is on the inside, and then there's a outer piece here that sleeves over it that incorporates this full vented rib on it. It has a full underlug on it, and I'll explain what this is here in a second. The sights on the front side is 14 karat gold, a 14 karat gold bead. It has serrations on the top to knock down the glare. It has adjustable sights on the back for windage and elevation, and it is serrated on the back also for glare. And this is going to be your sight picture when you look through it. On this gun, there's a little button right here on the side. Let me give you some close-ups of that. And this little button, a lot of people don't know what this is for, but on a Korth revolver, you release the cylinder out and you push this button, and it's a quick release for the cylinder. Now, I want you to take a close-up look at some of the machining that goes into this thing. It's absolutely unreal, folks. There's no kind of tooling marks or anything on this, and everything just works so smooth. It feels like it's everything on this thing feels like it works on ball bearings. So in order to put this thing back in, you just insert it back to where you got it from and push the button, and it snaps right back in. Now, a Korth revolver is very unique in the way that it locks up, and it's got 2 locking portions right here. It's got a locking mechanism up here, and in the back, if you see right here where my finger is, it's got a locking here. So this thing is under spring tension. And when you rock this crane in right here, it pushes this thing here out, and it goes right into the back here. So it locks in 2 different positions. Now, one of the most common questions about a Korth revolver is, what is this little gem right here on the back. Well, that's your cylinder release. You push forward on that, and that's how you release the cylinder. And it works real well. Like if you, it's very ergonomic. If you were using this in some kind of competition or something, it's really easy. It's very intuitive to reach your thumb up there and push on that and drop your shells out of it. Now, as far as the action, I mean, you can't get a better action than these, folks. It just works really smooth. There's some kind of ball system that this thing works on, and it's completely different than any revolver action I've ever seen. But the single action on this thing is unbelievable. Let me see if I can show you. It's just clean. There's no kind of creep in it or anything like that. And the double action is just smooth all the way through. I'd say this double action probably has about an 8.5 pound pull, and the single action is probably about a 3 pound pull on it. So it's really smooth. It works like a Swiss watch. Now, one of the things that is funny about this thing is crazy collectors that collect revolvers always complain about them having a turn line on them. If you'll notice, there is no turn line on this, and I'm going to show you why real quick. If you'll look down here real quick where the D10 is, when I pull this hammer back, it does not touch the cylinder until it gets to the spot where it needs to go, and then it raises up in there. It does not drag along the cylinder, so therefore it never makes that little drag line that most other revolvers make. So the barrel on this thing is crowned, and it looks absolutely fabulous. Just everything on this thing is made to perfection. If you look at all the machining that goes into this stuff and everything's just so perfect, perfectly machined. And these things are hand fit together in any warehouse with the top gunsmiths in the world. Now, in 2000, I believe in 14, Nighthawk Customs started importing these things, and they have a partnership with Korth, and they export their 1911s, and Korth sells them over in Europe, and they import these revolvers, and Nighthawk sells them here. And Nighthawk offers a lifetime warranty on them, and they actually have a certified Korth gunsmith on hand. If there was ever any problems or anything like that, they actually have one in Berryville, Arkansas. But what a neat weapon to be chambered in 44 Magnum. It's got the large 44 Magnum cylinder on it and an extremely large bore because it's a 44 Magnum. Pretty light gun, pretty compact, and we're going to compare this to a few other revolvers that I own here, and we'll see how it stacks up. But it's one of the best in the world, top line. They are not cheap. A lot of people are going to shy away from these because of the price tag that they have on them, and I do not blame them. If you were looking at a revolver just to see if you could go out and if this is going to make you shoot any better, it's probably not the reason to buy it. But if you want something that pretty much nobody else has and you want the best craftsmanship and stuff like that, this might not be a bad option. But anyway, folks, let me know what you think about this Korth Mongoose 44 Magnum that's distributed by Nighthawk Customs. And thank you very much for watching my video today, and you folks have a great day.